howdy, folks. A-Train here with you for another episode of Planetbase. Happy Sunday Funday to all of you. Hope you're having a great weekend. It's Labor Day weekend here in the U.S. of A. Therefore, a lot of us have a 3-day weekend. I was fortunate enough to have a 4-day weekend. Hooray and huzzah. So day 3 of that going on right now. Got some pool practice in. And now we're going to live stream to wrap up Resnik Range here on Planetbase. Now available on Steam from Madruga Works. Go check that out. Link in the description below, as is a link to our Discord, X/Twitter, and PayPal if you want to make a donation to help support the channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Turn on that bell icon so you know when we go live or upload a video. And today we are going to be looking to wrap up Resnik Range and hit the Consolidation achievement of 300 people. We have moved along after a slow start and some sketchy aspects to this base. We have learned some things that I hadn't learned in a couple hundred hours of gameplay about the importance of having just a massive number of bots running around your base to prevent the big die-off, and using the yellow alert instead of a red alert when you get intruders, so that your security guards will engage the intruders as opposed to your regular crew members, and the fact that less security guard consoles in the command centers appears to be the way to go, to have basically your guards as floaters, and that way they can respond and will respond quicker. All right, enough of the willy foo-foo stuff. Let's jump into this. Make sure you say howdy howdy in chat like this. I mean, it's that simple. It's free, just like a like. We appreciate you being here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to load into this. What's gonna base this? But yeah, so yeah, okay, Resnik Ranch. Here we go. Because I'm looking forward to the suicide base, and had to try to get a couple of ideas on, yeah, how's this gonna go? Yeah, that one's gonna be a trick. I think I've got the starting strategy figured out though, because I really don't want to do 15 start overs, you know, trying to stream it. I want to have the plan, because the Russian sun don't take a dump without a plan, and we just roll tide from there. Speaking of rolling tide, tide failed to roll yesterday, and that was rather disappointing, but life goes on. So let's kick this in the butt. We have Resnik Range here. This is the newer section of the base. We have a little bit more building room over here we can work with. And I mean, really, we have 101 bots. Now that number will change probably in about 2 seconds, as some will die, some will be born, and they're just running around everywhere. So let's look at our base layout. We have 262 people, no visitors currently, 64 workers, 87 biologists, 64 engineers, 18 medics, and 29 armed guards. We're in good shape. We're 571 prestige, bouncing around. We have, well, there we go. We're down to 99 bots, as we have 64 carrier bots, 15 constructor bots, and 20 driller bots. So we are making bots here and there and everywhere. Let's take a look at our grid power. We got the more power. We got tons of water. We even have some backup water, and we have oxygen out the wazoo. Design plan is put your O2 generators basically every two domes, every other dome, and anywhere you want to tie in with it's smart to tie in your sleeping facilities off of the O2 generators. More fugitives. You know what? We allowed some to come in yesterday, and no, because I don't care. Screw you, hippies. Here's what we're going to do. The key thing here is I want to make sure we get this balanced and up, so that we're not going to have a massive die-off here in the end. There are people walking around looking for food, and there's food in the machines. All you got to do is go to the machine, get food. Bots will run. They'll go grab it. They'll go stuff some food into the machine. Give the machine a few seconds. Boom. Salads. Just like that. Okay? I mean, there's more. There's tomatoes, lettuce. That's going to be basic meals there, and go from there. So, yeah, that's kind of what we got going on. It's hip, it's hop, it's hipping and hopping in the hip hop hop. You don't stop till we hit 300 people. So we're going to get through these Final 38. All right. So, yeah. So basically, if everybody's getting fed, boom, that should happen. We're in excellent shape. 38 people. Ready? Ready? Here we go. Colonists on, and let's just roll tide and get this done. All right. Well, of course, the first thing to do is send in 6 enemy people. So now we got bad guys in the base. They haven't been detected yet. There they are. So our guards should be responding here. Of course, we just had a person die because they stood there and got shot. Those now colonists are dying because the guards are... Where's David? Somebody get David on the horn. We just lost 6 colonists. Are you serious right here? 6 colonists for the cost of 6 intruders. All right. Well, some more just got dropped off. Hopefully more actual regular people. All right, now it looks like we're back up. Now we're up to 265. All right, so that just, you know, moved a few bodies around, and we will just press on. Now we're in good state right now, but we got cruise ships just coming in over and over. There's one. All right, so it's 266. Let's see if we can get to 270. We'll just have to get over the shock of the assault. And we'll go from there. All right, there's more people. All right, 272. Let's do this. Let's take a look. All right, we're back up to excellent status. We're going to push. We're just going to keep pushing. We've got meals, we got people, and we're going to get to that 300 number. And this is going to be super short stort. Yes, what I said. Super stort stream. Yeah. Yep, here's a big ship. There's another 4 more engineers. All right, let's make sure we're pushing biologists now. Okay. So we got more people coming in. We're down to 284. Let's turn that off for a second. Well, okay, here's another one. And there's another medic or 2. We picked up some medics. May have picked up a guard or 2. Did we pick up a guard or 2? Wait, we don't want to look there. Look here. 28 with guns, because we only have like 21 guns, or 21 gun salute. So we're down to 814 people. All right. So bot construction is the key. Okay, is a key strategy. Also on this planet, this is the overwhelming, which is the second hardest. Smart play is to keep your dome. You don't need to build the massive domes. I mean, we've built a couple, but we also have a, well, Right now, none of the engineers are sitting on the desks, but we have laser defense spread well out to overlapping cover, you know, the whole base and stuff. I mean, there's one way over here. Then there's another one way over here. And then there's another one way over here. Right? So as long as we've got engineers on the desks, we have a pretty high chance of intercepting anything coming in. And you want that. You want lots of bots. Just make carrier bots. And at some point, you're going to have your economy up and going to the point where you really could probably have just buy bots. And that's what we've been doing, really, is we're making carrier bots. We have several production positions. Most of them are dedicated to carrier bots. Those two are, let's see, over here we got 1 carrier, 2 carrier, there's a constructor bot, 3 carrier, and there's a driller bot. Okay. And then across the base over here, we have a carrier bot and driller bot. So you want to have those carrier bots because at the moment the things start to go sideways, you want them moving food from your domes, biodomes, and stuffing it in these machines. Okay, they'll keep people happier because people aren't having to carry stuff, and then the bots will keep those machines loaded while people are wandering around the base because they're stupid and won't wait for the machine to process a bit of food. And then they'll go from there. So we are at 291. There's more. Okay, I think we're good on medics now. We're up to 32 guards. Yeah. Yeah. 299. Next one. Unless this just deposited some bad. Nope. I see. Here we go. Here it is, folks. We've hit consolidation. Hooray and huzzah. Mission accomplished. We now have 300 citizens. Yay. That's the last of the achievements we needed for this planet. Yay us. So, yeah. Super cool and neat. Oh, well, bring in a few more. Why don't you? Okay. Let's just go ahead and turn that off because we're done. Turn on trade ships, though. Zoom in your face. All right. So let's back up from this. Let's do this. Let's save the game. And that's it for here. Hooray. So now, I can give you a sneak peek because I do want to really... I think I've got the strategy figured out. When you do the... All right, see, so we got 10 out of 10 on everything but the suicide planet. We need to get consolidation. I have a game from years ago where I probably have like 100-something people in the base. But it's, I mean, I kind of wanted to start new so you guys could, you know, see how it was going. But this is there. Okay, so let's take a look at it now. What are the attributes of this planet? Because this is going to be Suicide Squad. So there's these methane lakes, okay? And earlier, I literally put this, I mean, because like here, it doesn't look like there's any, right? But earlier, I actually went to like here-ish, because it's random. And I literally put this in the middle of a methane lake, and we did not land in the middle of a methane lake. And I've put it in the middle of what looks like there's nothing around it from a methane lake standpoint, because basically you have very little room to build. Whereas these other planets were looking for big open spaces. This thing, no, doesn't work that way. Okay. Thin atmosphere. So you have reduced solar power panel efficiency. Winds, not terribly much, so you have lower wind power efficiency. Thunderstorm risk is high. You don't have meteors, but you have thunderstorms. And a lightning strike can destroy a dome. So you have to build lightning rods. Now, what the lightning rods do is they actually, if the one gets hit, and they have an area of influence, they have an area of coverage. So if you have one covering a portion of your base, that portion of your base is not, the domes are going to be safe. If the lightning rod, though, it connects into your base infrastructure, it gets hit, it will energize your power collectors. So there's a small one that's like 3,000 units, and there's a bigger one. And there's a bigger one. I have to see what the, it may do 5,000 units of power that it pumps into your system. And that becomes real useful because the power aspect is so flaky on here, and can be just a royal pain in the butt. Well, it can just kill you. Out and out, right, kill you. Because your O2 generators will run out of power. You won't be able to make anything. And you start off with 4 people. 2 workers, a biologist, and an engineer, and a carrier bot. That's it. You have no medic to start with, so you've got to get a medic on the ground ASAP. Because if you don't, you've got to have people go into the mines to collect ore. They invariably are going to get hurt, right? So let's maybe look at this spot right here. And you'll see we're going to be building small things first. Now, we're going to build a big power collector. Excuse me. We're going to build not the largest solar panel. There's the tiny one, there's the medium one, there's the large one, or very large as they call it, and then there's the big one. So so we have to have basically 3 methods of power collection. And so we have to make sure we kind of cover those bases. We can't build anything too big. Hi, Lee. Welcome aboard. Happy Sunday Funday to you. See up here, this looks like it's open, but I'm telling you, it's going to be tricky. If I just almost feel like if we go over here, we'll be just as good off if we just try to intentionally land in this methane lake. I mean, over here looks like there's a big spot, but once this all closes in, it just goes random. So let's see. So you can see there's little flat areas. Okay, this may actually not be too bad. God knows what's right behind our point of view right here. But we have this one little methane lake, and then we have room to work around it, and we have room to work in our foreground here. So we're going to get ready to start 2 workers, biologist, engineer, and Fred, the bot. Colony ship down. All right, so now, first thing we're going to do, power collector. Let me try something here. All right, so we want to put the solar panel. Nope, not that big. This big. That big, right there. Okay, and then we're going to look to put the power collector here. Aha! See, that pulled some of that lake up, which kind of works out for us. Now, we may not be making that collector bigger anytime soon. We're going to build this size water extractor, and then we've got to basically muscle through this here for a minute. But this stuff does not need to be tended to. This over here will need to be tended to. Once it gets built, let me go ahead and kick this in the rear. All right, now that that's built, that opens up more stuff that we can build. We're going to need a mine. Hello? We're going to need a landing pad. And I want to kind of put this kind of here-ish. And then we're going to need this deal. One connection is all you need. We're going to go here with it. All right, here comes our first storm. This actually is going to maybe work out. Maybe being the operative word. There's going to be a trick here, though. Let's see if we can do this. Let's get this up. And we actually have room to start looking at building a proper base here. Oh, shoot. I did not think this through. All right, we did get a medic and we got a biologist. Okay, so this is good. But now what we need is workers. We want to get to 7 or 8 people. Okay, but we want 3, 2, 1, 1 basically. All right. Now these people are in here working already. We're going to turn up this, but we're going to turn that down. We need a quickly. We can't let them get dehydrated. Move that here. Oh, no, we don't want to do the big one first. We want to do a small one. Okay. Now, we want a, yeah, this-ish over here. I'm actually going to make it, we're going to start with a small one, okay? And then we're also going to do the processing plant. We're going to do the small one. Keep your domes small to start with, okay? This has to be first. Now, let's see what we get here. Okay, 2 engineers and a worker. Wow, okay. I gotta shut this pad down. All right, so now we gotta get power up and going. Now that this is built, we've got to get one of these built and one of these built. Okay. Now, next step, in the canteen. I mean, here. You want tomatoes, mushrooms, wheat, and we're going to do lettuce. No, we're going to do peas. Are we going to do peas? No, we're going to do onions. Okay, we've reached a survival point. Now we got to get water in here. I thought I turned off the that there. Small. Whoops, that didn't work. Now, people are going to get tired. People are going to get whatever they're going to get, okay? Turn off the stupid domes. Thank you. Okay, there. Now, all right, so here's this. We've reached self-sufficiency, okay? We've got 9 metal left, okay? So there's a couple of things we need to do. We need I'm going to build it over here. We've got 10 metal now. We actually have more metal, which is good. If I can get this to build, we don't have to worry about maybe lightning strike on connection. Okay, see how that happened? So that just basically killed power to the landing pad. So we have to build these things. But this takes 5 metal. So I'm going to try to get a small one built before we get blasted to smithereens here. That covers most everything. So let's just actually no. Let's go ahead and do a bigger one. Power storage is critical. Okay. All right. I got it. No, we're just going to go smaller. I just want to make sure everything's under cover of, and it is there. Now, so basically what we've got here, oh shit, is we're out of power because we're just getting no wind. And here, let's shut the mine down. Let's shut this down. I got you. I hear you. All right. Now, you have to be ready to be flexible here. In that, if you are going to survive, you may have to delete stuff to build new stuff. And so the trick there is going to be second here. All right. So all right, we've got power up now. Now, the trick here is going to be, we got to keep our people healthy. We got 9 people. We have some meals. Hopefully, some of those are salads. Basic meals, not great. Basic is not great. We got mushrooms. That's not great unless we get wheat in there, in which case we'll get, this is just going to give us basic meals. Let me see. All right, so all 3 of our workers are working. Yeah, 3, 2. This was a little bit unfortunate because we don't need a 3rd engineer right now. But, excuse me, what we could do, we got to check our grids though. Right now we're trying to build up power. Again, we've got 3 sources of power. We got a couple of more there. If we recycle this, we wind up with 4 metal. So if we build one bigger over here, so we've got 2, we would need 8 total. So the biggest 7, and then you need 1 for the connection to the base. You see what I'm saying? So during the nighttime, what we would do, we want to get 3 metal stored up, stockpiled, and then look to I think we're going to actually build this. Oh, wait, let me do that. Hang on. Where's our range? Ooh, that's going to put that outside the range. This is close, and I can't get this moved. All right. So what we may do then is actually do a little of this. All right, so that gives us that back. Now, come on. That's what I want to do. Is now we want to do some chippy stuff. Chippy, chip away. Okay, so actually, that should still be in the radius. It is. Very good. And then we are going to need spare parts eventually, but the more important thing at the moment is going to be able to take care of anybody who gets hurt. So now we've got the materials here to build this. We just got, and fortunately we got 3 engineers. So the engineers are going to be able to build this. This is going to make our people much happier. Now see how they're stocking up ore out here? So we're going to we got 9 people. We're going to build 2 beds. Okay, and they get those beds built, and that will help. Pretty soon we're going to have to look at a med bay, because somebody will get hurt. And then when we decide we want to build a landing pad again, we can put it just here. All right, and we'll build that off the mine, because I don't think it will fit in here. No. So we're going to shut this down. We're going to fire this up, and we're going to get this going. We've got starch. We've got, so we're going to save some power here and use some power here. We've got 3 metal and 7 bioplastic, which means we can get this built, and then we'll be able to make spare parts. Once we get this built, our next 2 bits of metal will go towards a sick bay. All right, I think our dude just got smacked. Nope, you'll hear it. It'll make a funny sound when it gets hit. You'll hear, and then you'll see this surge up. But right now, we're full up on power, which is a good thing. All right, now this is built, okay? And we've got an extra metal. Now we can make spare parts. Step in the right direction. So we're going to work on getting the base infrastructure up with 9 people. It's going to be tight. We could bring in more people. We're not going to bring in more people, okay? We will look to process metal faster with another metal maker. Well, the bot just crapped out on us. That's not great. But see, this guy's going to make spare parts. So the one other building, well, we need 2, but if we don't have a med bay, then we're kind of stuck. So we're going to build a med bay. So that'll be 2 more metal. All right, So now, I'm going to let you guys keep an eye on this here for a minute. I have to run to the restroom and dehydrate. So, actually, no. You know what? I don't trust this thing. So we're going to put this in a hold pattern and put you right there. All right, everybody hang on. If you haven't hit that like button yet, hey, look, here's how you do it. Boom. Hit that like, thumbs up, and it's free, and it helps the channel. I appreciate it. I'll be right back. All right. We have taken care of that. Okay. Let's see here. Let me get my earbud thingies back squared away. Okay, Dokey Pudding Pie. Let's see if we can get... All right, so now, yeah, we're working on getting the metal out here to get this taken care of. We've got the base pretty well covered. We've still got some ore being processed. We're going to need to open the mine back up here in a minute. We have no wind going. Solar is not doing anything for us. It'd be great if this took a hit. And you'll see and hear how it works. Cool. Now we have a med bay. This is good news. So we can get the medical supplies in out of the weather, as it were. Okay. We're going to shut engine. Oh, you know what? No, maybe not. Maybe we're going to try to get some microprocessors built. We are going to keep it shut down for a minute. All right, so we have a med bay. This is good. Now we can open this back up. Hopefully we're going to get some sun to... See, we've got no wind backing us up. That's the problem. So to help save some power, we're going to shut that down for a minute. We're going to shut this down for a minute. We want everybody working in the mine, all three of our workers. Next step is we want to make this a larger solar panel. Now we have no... Oh, you know what? Shut that down too. Now let's see meal-wise if we're getting lucky here and we're getting salads and pasta. Hooray! Hey, all right, not bad. So actually, we should be we're in decent shape, all things considered. So, where do we go from here? That's a great question. This is very much a baby steps kind of deal. We could build a storage dome once we get some oh, now see, our dude's hurt, so now we got power up in the med bay so Doc can take care of him. That's why you have to have a doc. You've got to get a doctor in here as soon as possible. We only have 3 workers, right? We've got to keep them healthy. Now, we're going to need a lab as well. Problem is, we do not have all right, people are getting sleepy. Let's power that up. Let's power this down. The wind just has not blown at all for us. Driller bots would be great. What we need now is to get 5 metal. We got 1. We need 4 more. So there's 3 ore. Nobody's going to pick that up and move it until I power this back up because they got nowhere to take it. Does that make sense? Let's go ahead and power this back up. Sun should be coming up. Hopefully we're going to get a little bit of input from solar. And the wind is up at the moment, so that's holding its own. And now we're going to go ahead and power this up too. So this, hopefully that 1 carrier bot we've got, we'll get this moved. I want to get... I'm going to try to do some razzle-dazzle here. No, that's not going to do it. Try to pull up some of the edge of this. Oh, you know what? This actually is going to help. Is this actually over here? Doesn't quite get there, but I want a big ass solar panel. Now, if we can get this over here and squishy it in here somewhere. Damn. Okay. Problem is we got to get this set up first. All right. All our medical kits are in there. Good. All right, we can shut that down. Now, we could build another one of these over here because we'll be able to expand. Wow. We actually have a lot. Wow. We have a lot of room to expand over here. We have a little room to expand over here, and we have room to expand over here into this space, which, wow, that's a lot. All this is just crap. It's just there for looks. It will go away. That too. So, yeah, what I want to do is look to get another one of these built. Oh, shoot, dude's hurt. All right. All right, Doc. Take care of him. Okay, so we got some ore coming in. We've got spare parts we're working on. Oh, this is up and running. And I need this connection made here. So we're gonna, oh, this is up and running. Those machines are full. Guys, hello? Hello? McFly? Get out of the mine and go work the machines. And these storms get a little hinky. This is actually a big deal, having 2 of these set up, and having 3 workers allows us to keep processing stuff. Now this machine is in a position to process, and there's another slot to open up which allows them to move starch out of here and into that machine. We only have 1 starch producing plant, right? So we got to take advantage of it while we can. Now, we're making spare parts, so that's not a concern. Hooray. This still hasn't taken a hit yet, which seems a little weird that the wind turbine is bigger. This would be a good time for this to take a hit. This, not anything else. All right, we got 3 of 4 out here. We're going to need 6 total. 1 for this connection, 4 for the pad, and 1 for this connection, which we have the ore for. So we got plenty of ore to make this happen. I can shut this back down because we're not running the mine. Nobody's hurt. And we can shut this down because that got built. That's just being a container for spare parts at this point, which is fine. And then when we start to get short, I mean, I'd like to make more. The key then is we need to either build another machine where we could stock a couple more, or we need to, all right, there's the landing pad. All right, we got an LZ again. The question is, do we have anything we could trade? Because I don't want to bring in colonists. Because then food becomes an issue. Right? We want to keep so we can feed people. Okay. Let's get the bigger wind turbine built. Not wind. Whoa. Belay that order. Let's get the bigger. Where's the edge of this? Okay, this is fine. All right, this is going to become the use for. If you're not using a landing pad, shut it down. If you're not using a facility, sometimes you have to shut it down. All right. Now, how this is going to work is these machines are going to get drained out, and that's fine. We're going to keep the LZ. This is for metal. We had to make this connection to the mine, so that's going to clear this out. So that's pending 5. We've got 4 of them here, and then 1 more as soon as we get one of the machines up and running. We could go ahead and shut this down because all our workers are in the mine right now, or should be. We want to maximize the mining efficiency by having them in there. Starting to get a little low on medical supplies. Again, the problem is we don't have stuff to trade at the moment. Actually, let's go ahead and recycle that. Oh, that's 5 total. Heck yeah, get that going. There you go. There you go. Make yourselves useful. We're all in this together here, people. Now, the one tricky thing here is, well, there's a couple of tricky things. We're going to have to increase our water. This is going to really help the power. We're going to want another power collector, probably next. And then we will probably want to maybe look at putting the airlock over here temporarily and then making this connection here or here. Okay, one of them. And that way we can have an airlock over here, get rid of this airlock, and maybe build the next bigger... Oh, we got to turn the med bay on. The next bigger canteen up here. And then we'll have the airlock off the canteen. You picking up what I'm laying down here? All right, so we got a bunch of stuff going here. We got this solar panel up. All right, so now let's go ahead and just get through this next deal. And then I'm going to look to build another one of these. Now I'm going to try to entice, aha, that right there. That's what I wanted to do. That right there. Notice what we just did. We just dried up part of the lake. We just gave ourselves building room. Hooray and huzzah. Okay? If it's stupid, but it works, say it with me, kids. It's not stupid. That just got the lake out of our AO. AO. Okay. Power collection, or power storage now comes next. It's all about power. So, these guys, once they get through this next piece of ore, shut it down, power this up. Let's hope nobody's hurt. If nobody's hurt, we don't need this on. Are you picking up what I'm laying down here, folks? This is how you work this process. You just got, it's just going to take time. Now, and the other thing we might consider is if we do a second, see, everything but the mine and the landing pad are within coverage of this deal here. Okay. So, what we might look to do here is just build an airlock right here. Right here. It's just outside the... All right, we're getting low on... I want our engineers to get in here and get to work. So, you build the small facilities. You get you a crew, 9 people. See where we're at food-wise? We're feeding 9 people. And we don't have a ton stockpiled right here, okay? We're going to need a bot shop here before too long. Therefore, we want this machine to get, all right, one more metal gets that built. And then the other metal goes into, it's going to go into the semiconductor. And then we're going to have to work on the bot shop. I think we actually have more space here to work with than it looks like too. Like that. The bulldozer. Nope. It was connected. All right. You think I'm playing when I, do this stuff? There's a method to the madness. Because there are parts of these hills and mountains and stuffs that you can flatten. Straightening them curves, flattening them hills. Someday the mountain might get them, but the law never will. Ah, we actually have a lot of space to work with here now. Could maybe nix that. See all that, folks? All right, so now metal is done. We're down to 2 medical supplies and 2 spares. Okay, so those are just in time state. Okay, so here's what I want to do. Those are going to take 2 metal. So we're going to get some metal, okay? And build a couple more of these machines. Why are you building a couple more of those machines, A-Train? Because we're going to use them for storage until we build a storage dome, because that's not really a priority. That would take 3 metal, 3 plastic, okay? But these will create assets we can use, all right? I would really like to get a big one of these put right here, which now, okay, what do we do at this point? You guys know what we do at this point. Well, we could. We're not going to, but we could. This requires metal, this requires metal. This is 2. If we go to recycle, we're going to get 2 back of the 3 we used. If we build a big one, it takes 6 metal total, right? So our objective here is to stockpile. This will be 2. And what we'll do is we'll just put something over here to do a fakie on it, as it were. Actually, let's see if we were to put it here. Yeah, see, if we put it on this side, it's only barely covering the base. This central location covers everything and gives us a lot of room to work with this direction. See what I'm saying? Okay. Let's pull it back up here. See, it gives us room to grow this way as well. That secures the whole base perimeter. And it's more of an attractor. So, now, what will happen here, well, we can't do it when we have this going on. These machines are getting loaded up again. We're going to need 4 metal in the machines. We got 4 ore. There's the 4th one. There's only 1 guy working right now. So those machines are loaded up. Now, if somebody else goes out there and goes do some work, we'll let them push through and get a couple more. The other aspect is we don't want anybody getting hurt. So we're going to stand by. As soon as this one gets done, that'll be a reserve one, and really, we're going to need to get like 3 more reserve so we can build. Oh, seriously? Come on, dude. Make one more crack at the wall there. Now, here's 2 of them going in. With 2 of them going in, I'm going to have to leave them in there for a minute. We have the 4 we need to build the bigger deal. What we need is 3 to make a lab. We need to give... Oh, shoot. The lab doesn't do us any good without medicinal plants. All right, get out of there. All right, these will be fully loaded. That's 6 more. So here's the fakie we're going to pull. As soon as we get our metal ready to go, we're going to delete this. We're going to set up something to build right here, which we may build a... Well, you know what? I could use that though, but I want to stay focused here. I want to be able to secure this whole perimeter with this lightning rod thing. And right now, we're looking pretty good on power. So, early game, if you're playing the Suicide Planet, do not get tempted to overgrow your base. Okay? You need to have everything set up structure-wise. We're actually maxed out on power right now. We have 25,000 units of power. So we could add additional power collection or storage. But you can see what we've got going on. We've got the large wind turbine, the large solar panel. Okay? And then 2 of the big power collectors. Okay? Managing your power actively will keep you alive too. We're going to put this back in play here for a minute because we're good to go right now. We're going to be patient. We're good to go. We're going to use these for storage and making parts and stuff. Okay? Because we've got 1 chip. We'll be able to get a 2nd chip. And here is how we could do it. Here's how we could do it. Just watch. 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 Watch me. Watch me. Okay? That's now in work. This is now in work. But when it comes to building stuff inside the domes, schmutz sitting around on the floor does not stop you from building, as opposed to stuff outside. Do you hear what I'm saying? So we were able to do a little finagling there. Now, if someone is smart, well, they're not. This is sitting out there now doing nothing. Oh, you know what? We can actually fix that. Let's build 1 more bed. Hopefully they'll go get that. Well, shoot, that didn't work. All right, let's power this up and let's build a couple beds in here. We don't need them. We're going to build them because that effectively becomes a storage spot for bioplastic. Does that make sense? And then we can delete them and we get back the same amount of bioplastic. All right, that's got some. All right, now we can fire this back up. Yes, we could use more people, but if we effectively manage the people we've got, we'll be okay. The other thing is, if we can get to where we can build a bigger canteen, then we can put in more food makers and clear out more of the food out of here. And then we have more food on standby. We can shut this down and build a bigger one. In which case, we've got to have more water production and be prepared for more power consumption. You guys see what you picking up what I'm laying down here? Now, if we want to save power here, this is on hold. We can shut that machine down. That's on hold. What did we just do? We just freed up that spot. Let's watch. Watch me. Oh, the electric thing just took a hit. So did you hear it? It went boom, and the thing surged to full power. We're actually doing pretty good right now. Just saying. Now, people are sleeping in the bunks. See, it just took another hit. And see this. See how it just went racing up to top off. All right. So. This needs more, okay? We're going to recycle this bed. That needs, okay, that's got another complete one, okay? So we're going to take that out and rebuild it. Boom. So we'll just move pieces around. Because we don't have storage, we're just going to move stuff around a little bit. Hmm? They're making sense now? Uh-oh, somebody got hurt. All right, med bay's up. Now we have a bit of a sticky wicket, but here's what we can do. Now we can power up this and bring in a trader. Whoops. Okay. We're actually producing more power than we consume. We're full up on power. And we've got a trade ship. Hooray. %60 commission is not what I'm looking for. He doesn't have what I'm looking for. Okay? So I'm going to dismiss him. The other concern is this guy. Well, actually, he's in good shape right now. We want to give him a friend, though. All right? And we're good over here. Whoops. I said we're good over here. All right? So here, we need another metal. Well, until we get a metal produced, the machines are almost full. See how juggling this stuff down? There we go. All right, somebody's hurt. Now we're in trouble. We're in trouble because we're out of medical supplies. So we need a medical trade ship to come in. That's full. That's full. We're not going to chance it. Get your butt back inside. That's waiting on metal. That's got spare parts. That's got spare parts. By ejecting that one spare part, we're able to keep other stuff in production. And that guy's... Now, we're going to start getting the you're out of medical supplies alert here. Yep, thank you. I'm aware. The trick is we need another... Well, That's what we need right there. Please don't be 65%. Douchebag. All right. Okay. We have food we can trade. No, we don't have a lab yet. But see how that's 40 and that's only 16? So for 48, we could make 3 medical kits. Okay. Trade those. And trade one of these. Now, that's 40. This is free. This is free. But I want to keep... Actually, you know what? No, that's sitting over here by the mine. So let's go ahead. Yeah, we can't do that. Okay. Let's get this trade made. And yes, we're out of medical supplies. So, what we can do though is we can build a very small lab. And we'll just put that right here for now. That's going to take 1 metal, or 2 metal, 2 bioplastic. Okay? In doing that, then we've got to build the workbench. And the workbench uses bioplastic to... and the medicinal leaves, which are going to actually sit here. But we're going to work around this. And we're going to start making our own medical supplies. And if we can make enough of them, then we can start trading those, because the supplies are worth the kit is worth a lot more than the just the leaf, right? But we need to have a bigger biodome to be able to put in the medicinal plant. Yep, I'm aware. Thank you. Please drive through. Now, let's take a look over here. So that's waiting for a bioplastic. That's got a bioplastic. That's got a bioplastic. Those are waiting for, well, these are waiting for metal. These are waiting for bioplastic. Which way do we want to go with this? We have spare parts right now. So now, hopefully this will get a metal or a bioplastic. And our engineer will get out there and get this built. But now we can get these going. So we're cooking with something. Does that make sense? Workbench. And because we have 3 biologists who probably aren't doing a ton of work, they're not stressed, we'll go ahead and build a... Oh, now the lab. Ooh, this could be a problem with our water. Okay. So the water comes into play. I know, I kept talking about wanting to build the bigger lightning rod. Yes, yes, yes. I did. I get it. Let's see if I can move that any closer to that rock face. A little bit. Okay, this is now priority. Okay. Ooh, 55% commission. Yeah, I know. We got 9 coins. We don't have it. This would be 80. That would be... We could give up 2. So that'd be 110. That'd be 130. We could give up a couple of these too. Okay, there we go. All right. So now we can look to put this back in business and take this out of business here for a minute. We've run out of medical supplies. I am aware. Thank you. So we need a bioplastic for that. Which, do we have any starch standing by yet? We do not. So, oh, you know what we do have? We have an extra bed. We have a bioplastic. Get that built. Let's go. And then in theory, I don't want to take that cabinet out of play yet. Now the trick here is we have the wheat pad, okay? This is a medium speed production, but it's also easier on water consumption, okay? Power and water is less than if you've got the pea pad or the rice pad, okay? They produce faster, but they require more maintenance, blah, 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 blah. The trick here is wheat plus tomatoes plus mushrooms equals pasta, okay? And we want pasta or salads in the machines. Pasta, salads. Basic is okay. Pasta and salad is better. Salad takes 3 deals. All right, so there's somewhere for the medicinal leaf to go. And now we have meat coming out, vitra meat. We're gonna let's go beef. Doesn't matter. But I think beef plus wheat equals a burger. Oops, hang on. Wheat plus any meat equals burger. Maize plus, yeah. So now we may be able to get burgers into the mix. Okay. So we've created recipes by being very selective in what we're, working on here. All right, so this has 3 out there. These need to be loaded up. Let's get them loaded up. Doc, what are you doing? Okay, now that can get processed into bioplastic. There's a medical ship. That could be helpful if they give us a reasonable rate. Okay, that's kind of a reasonable rate. Unfortunately, now clear all this out. Day 16. We need these machines filled up again. Do we want to push? Do we want to push our luck? Do we want to push our luck? Push our luck. Oh, there goes the third guy. Okay. Okay, get me to 100%, guys. Shut the mine down. Get out of there. Get to work over here. Those machines are filled up. Let's get them producing. Yep. We need a bioplastic over here. I could take out this medical cabinet to get us the bioplastic. I could take this out to get us the bioplastic. But that may also go into the spare parts machine right next to it. Or the bot could crap out and the other bot put it in there. Starting to get some metal out here. There we go. Now Doc can go get to work. Doc's working on it. Doc's almost done with it. It would help to have 2 docks, but right now that's another mouth to feed. So right now we don't have anybody hurt. The fact that we don't have any medical supplies is not killing us. Doc's back at work. Alright, that got built. Alright, so that's good. So now the one thing to uncomplicate the situation. Lightning strike on the power. Oh no! Oh no! That is not good. That is not good at all. We need the lightning strike on here. See? It was just outside the range of this thing. That's a setback. Okay, so we've got 4 metal. Actually, we've got what we need. So let's get that there. Get this storm out of the way. Okay, set that stuff down there for a second. No, I don't want to create the connection. Okay, this is, I know it's kind of stupid, but I want to, okay, get that. Okay, good. I need this moved. Come on, before the next storm comes along. You got to come get it. Thanks, guys. Nice. Oh, for fuck's sake, what's... Oh, no. Oh, come on. Damn it. This is killing me. Build this, please. Well, that still doesn't cover the whole base. Oh, man. Come on. Now we have to really finagle stuff. We're out of spares. That's fine. We got spare parts laying around here on the ground. So what we're going to do here is get this supplies inside by building other stuff. Yeah. Okay, now. Now the base is protected. Okay. I know. Working on it. Okay, let's get that built. We've got this connection here, which then means we can take that out of play. And we can build something else in its place. The question is, what are we going to build there? Because I don't think we're going to be able to fit the things we want to fit. Now, if we move that and we go to... Oh, we can fit that. We can't fit that. Wait. Oh, we can fit that. Ooh. Gimme. it's going to work. If it's stupid, but it works. Come on. Charge us up 3,000. Well, no, 5,000. Yeah, this puts in 5,000. Okay. I'm just doing stuff at this point. I don't even care. That's first priority. Now we got stuff in out of the cold. So then we can start working on things. And yes, we do need spare parts. So, not a processing plant, we need a factory. Oh, that's up. The connection's got to be made though. Once we get this built, oh, we need. There, bioplastic. That leaves one food over here, sitting out of the way. So there's a method to the madness. And it is madness. Now this can get built. That can get built. This can get built. Now we got the mine back in play. Now, with the mine back in play, we just need to get 2 metal made for this. Actually, we need 4 metal. So we need 4 ore. Oh, now with that second, actually we can free up some here. So there's one of them. Fred and Clyde will come over here and grab these. One will put there, the metal will go here. So now we need 3 ore. There's 1. Okay, he's going to go sleep. Okay. Got it. But now also I've opened up a path to take, inhabitable structures this way. We can cut corners over here. That. Yeah, see? And then this over here goes away too. Boom. Goodbye. Yep, we've run out of spares. Got it. Let's get the machines loaded up. There's another ore. 3 guys working. Let's plow through this. Because the next step is we've got to get the med bay back up and running. And then we've got to get the lab back up and running. Right? Step by step. How is our grid's looking good? Water's looking great. Oxygen's great. Okay, so we've got those aspects of the base. This guy is going to be what it is for a bit. We'll need to upgrade this, but we'll have to upgrade this to get more people, right? This will hold more people. That we just need bioplastic for. Get out of there. Go get your sleep. And then we got to get the spare parts going because these guys aren't going to be doing much more for us. Now we're starting to stockpile some food too. Pasta, basic, salads, onions, not great. Some food, meals are better than no meals. Okay, there's a metal, so we can get the factory built. Now we need another metal to get the spare parts machine built. Then we need another metal to feed into the spare parts machine, along with the bioplastic, and that will give us 2 spare parts, which is what we need for our 2 ailing pieces of equipment. All right, so as soon as these guys turn a part around, turn some metal around, come on, there's one. Okay, so now that's going to wind up here. Then an engineer will build the machine. There's the machine. Now the machine needs one more metal, which is on its way. Now he can start making spare parts. One of the engineers can start making spare parts, I say. There you go. That's going to solve our spare parts issue. Now, one step at a time. Yep, we ran out of spares. I need you to finish making those spares. Okay, this guy should get us through it. There is the spare part. He's carrying here. The next engineer is going to take a spare part, feed it in. The engineer is going to go fix stuff. Because right now we're in daytime, we're getting no power production here. So he's going to fix this up. Well, maybe he's going to fix this up first. Here's the other engineer. They're both working those. So we could really use a lightning strike right about now. Really use a lightning hit right about now. Yeah, we may not make it through the night. If the wind drops off, we're in trouble. And the wind is dropping off. That's okay. We've run out of spares, but everything is repaired right now. Well, it was. All right. So there's a metal and a plastic from the bot we just lost. All right. Right now, wind is picking up. If the wind will pick up a little bit more. We're going to power this down for a minute. We just want to get to daylight. Now the wind's picking up. That's helpful. Yeah, see? Now we're on the positive side. We could actually power this down as well. This O2 generator creates plenty for the whole base. Now wind is dropping off, but we made it to dawn. And that's going to help get that back in order. We have 2 metal. This is going to at least get some power. It may not get full power. Well, actually, it's in good shape. It will get full power. Now we can start building power. Now they can start making more spare parts. And making more spare parts, then we're going to get these both up to excellent, to 100% tip-top shape. We need a lightning strike right here. There it is. So that's at 12.5. This one's going uphill. And that has spare parts. So now we'll turn this on long enough to move stuff around. All right, let's get the biologist back to work. All right, that's back to tip-top shape, and this one's close. That's working. Okay. This still needs some work. The lab is going to be next. We need a lab. And the way I want to do this, I think we're going to just do the lab here. Okay. We've got 2 spare parts in here. Once someone grabs those and moves them here to storage, we'll shut this down because it's a power consumer. It's a little more than this one. But see, this right now is not consuming anything, but it's acting as a pass-through. That's it. Get those things out here. Okay, there's the lab. Now we need 1 metal and 1 bioplastic. We have 1 bioplastic. What we don't want is the stuff taken out of this and fed. Yeah, so we want the parts grabbed, but we don't want the machine fed back in. All right, here comes some ore heading in to get processed. There's a storm. Really like 1 more worker, 1 more medic. Well, the next phase is going to be, so we're going to try to get 2 more workers, 2 more biologists, 1 more engineer, 1 more medic. Actually, we've got 3 engineers. I think we're okay in that regard. It would help to have another. Can the brother get a lightning strike on this? Can I, please? Huh? Lab is back in shape. We're back in business. We got 2 bioplastic to work that. That is inside the coverage area. Everything's inside coverage now, which is great. All right, so Doc, get your butt in there and work. Well, we got to get a bioplastic done first. And then we'll work that. All right. So now the question becomes, what's our next step? Do we look to rebuild the landing pad. Of course, we're going to need that to get additional crew in, but also for trade stuff. Do we have enough to do any trading? We've got these semiconductors, but we want a bot shop so we can do something with those semiconductors, and that's make bots. The problem becomes you have to have a bioplastic, a metal, and a semiconductor to make a bot. Well, we got workers going back and forth, right? You see where this starts getting a little hinky, right? So what we need next, I think, is not that one, this one. And I'm hoping I can position it where if I upgrade the canteen, it will still connect. There we go. Oh shoot, we don't have a med bay. Hold please. Med bay. Where am I going to put the med bay? Don't necessarily want to put it there, but off the lab actually. Well, no, because that's Department of Redundancy department when it comes to having undo stuff. We've got to keep these people healthy so we can get more bodies in here. And it kind of sucks they have to walk all the way around the base to get, you know, do whatever, but you got to do what you got to do. Walk-a-doo, walk-a-doo. So right now we just need metal and bioplastic, and all of our workers are working. Now let's see where we stand here. There's one, there's two, there's three. Okay, we need one more metal, and then we'll need a couple of bioplastic. But now we're out of spares too, so let's get you out of there. Get everybody fed, slept, happy. We're still in good shape. The next issue is going to be the health of our bot, and we did buy him a little ways down the road. Where are you going, dude? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 life cycles left in him. Now we've run out of spares, but everything also just got maintained, so there's not a rush to get spares. The rush is to get this up, so then we don't have to fret too much about our workers being in the mine and getting hurt, because then they'll have somewhere to go, right? The other thing is, as long as this is being worked, the Vitrameat processor will give us tradable material. Okay, here's a bioplastic. Good. Alright, we could use a lightning strike right there. Okay, those are working. That's being worked. There's a bioplastic. Alright, that gets this up. And we're going to need another one so we can make a bed in there. And then we don't have to build a medical cabinet because we have this storage here. So we might as well just, you know, sit on that deal. I'd like to have a medical cabinet in there because then the supplies are in there, but the doc will go get them, bring them down, and take care of the people. There we go. El Zappo. The only thing is, if you're close to full up, all it does is top you off. So that's where it's good to help. It's helpful to have, you know, an additional capacity, but it's just a never-ending story at that point. All right, boom. Now we got somewhere for people to go, or will, as soon as another starch gets processed. We need this to produce. It's getting close to producing. This needs a bioplastic too. That component hopefully will take precedent. Yep, I got it. Where are my workers? They're kind of dinking around at the moment. Carrying stuff. They don't want to do that, but ooh, a double strike. All right, we're out of spares, and spares are going to become an issue here, but we do have some metal. Let's power this up. Let's get some spares made. Yeah, those are in excellent, good condition. To me, they actually wait. So now, I don't like that they fix the things really early. In their repair cycle. So this is starting to show decent. So once it's below 50%, it becomes a bit of an issue. right? And now this has stuff. Now we got spares to go out there and fix it. Okay. All right. So now, production of, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going, is it, well, there's a couple things. What's the range on this? Out to here. That would take 6 and 6. But we could do 3 and 3. Let's build a second biodome. If it's stupid, but it works, it's not stupid, right? Okay. Water's good. Power's good. O2's good. We got O2 in reserve, right? Yes. So now we got to get this powered back up. And let that continue working because we do need to keep making medical supplies. Supplies! Hey, David, what's happening? The start does a great job of setting up the fault. Yes. And I think it's because you get very used to the other, you know, really, Doc, seriously, you just, really, we got somebody hurt and need you in here and you decide to go sleep. Okay, we need these. Okay. 2 metal. Gets us back in business here. Now, we could take one of these metal machines down. That would give us 1 metal for this. All right, Doc's on the case. Now, we're out of medical supplies, but we have stuff to make medical supplies. Now, Clyde is... I'm worried about Clyde's, you know, lifespan here. I feel like, though, if we can get this up, okay, and then our next step is going to be to get the landing pad rebuilt and get in 2 to 3 more colonists, another biologist, another worker, maybe a medic, or maybe just another worker, 2 workers and a biologist or 2, so they can maintain the food production. Okay, but also we can start looking to trade stuff. So priorities: get this built. We need 2 metal. We have 1 on the way. All right, a strike on this would be great. All right, there's that part. Now we need the bioplastic. I don't have any spare laying around. That's probably going to want some. How are we here? Excellent, excellent. Those are going to need repairs soon. So now this is holding us up. Having just the 1 starchy pad. We could switch this over to peas, but then we get one more starch, one less food. But you know what? Actually, we have a lot of food. So maybe this is the smart move to make right now. We still make salads because we have four different kinds of vegetables, right? But now we have one less food per production cycle. It's going to be a shorter production cycle than this one, and we get a starch out of it. So, all right, let's see where we're at here. We've run out of spares. That's okay. We'll fire this up. Metals, a little low, but we're not killing our power situation. We still need 2 bioplastic. The question is, can we sacrifice something for a bioplastic? No, we just got to wait. We got to wait this out. See where this uses, it uses the same amount of power. Water's 0.25. Water's 0.25. So it uses the same water and power. So I was incorrect earlier when I spoke on that. But it's higher maintenance, but faster production. So now we're going to get starch more often. And now we got somebody hurt, and now we need a bioplastic. That's not good. Are these machines loaded with anything? Yep, a little bit. All right, that guy goes in the mine. Get out of the mine. Go work bioplastic. Yep, there's 2 of them, and that's what we need for this. We actually need 3 because we need here, and then we're going to need it for each of the pads. Now, this could be good, this could be bad, this could be ugly. We could sacrifice this table. That gets us 1. But we have plenty of food in storage. We need medical supplies. So Doc, I know you're running stuff around right now, but that's... People will actually sit on the floor to eat. We just can't build a bigger table in this canteen. Basic meals, mushrooms, tomatoes, and we got some basic meals. This side should have salads. There it is. Around spares and medical supplies because bioplastic. This has it, so that's going to get produced, and that's going to take care of our spares issue. All right, so again, it's all about patience. You got to work the process. Biodome has been built. All right, so now, spare parts situation is addressed for now. So over here, you can crank this up, and we're going to put a rice pad. No, we're going to do a maize pad, low and slow. And we're going to hold on the mushroom pad. We're just going to do maize. Maize is the low and slow of the starch side of the world. Whoop, hold up. There we go. Sorry. Trying to share my silly karaoke video with somebody. Okay. All right. So we're going to turn this off. Turn this up. With the starch coming in, I think, again, our next step is going to be to get the landing pad back up because we need people. So we're out of spares. At this point, that's getting topped off. That's getting topped off. This over here is being worked. This has nothing in it to work at the moment. Therefore, we can power this down. We're out of spares and we're out of medical supplies. Well, okay. We're working on... Oh, shoot. That's not good. Let's see if it's going to kill us. The game will do everything in its power to kill you on this level. We need a lightning hit on here. Quick. We're hanging on by a thread. If the wind drops, we're toast. The sun's coming up though, so that may save us. What we need is a lightning strike on our deal here, please. And thank you. No, it couldn't see fit to give us a lightning strike, could it? Nope. Nope, it didn't. Well, we are producing power. We need the lab up, but we need bioplastics, so we actually need this up. Oh, good. This guy's working on. Our doc is working on. Okay. It looks like we caught a break. That was a you're about to die moment. And if we can get the engineer, one of the engineers in there to finish those spare parts, and they're almost done, so it won't take long. Keep the wind up. If you keep the wind up, that helps us a lot. Now the spare parts situation is covered. We could use a lightning strike on here. Did we just get one and it didn't register? No, it didn't. We would have heard the sound. All right, let's see here. to get this up and going. We got medical supply. We need a biologist to get over here and work this. We have meals. We do have a bioplastic standing by, so you know what? We'll go ahead and rebuild this. Oh, I see what the problem is. That's shut down. Now we need this landing pad up and running. These are now back up to full song. We do have starch, but for now we want those guys working there. We're shifting back and forth, continuing to move our manpower around. And as long as Doc works on some medical supplies and can get us a little bit ahead in that game, these guys can get us, we need 5 iron, 5 metal, which means we need 5 ore. There's 1 in the machine already. Actually, there's 2. Well, that's, no, sorry. Oh, they're stocking it there. Get them to stockpile it into the machines. And there's the spares. Notifications again. Now, notice we're pretty full. This will take a hit and it'll top us off, but we won't get the full benefit of it. So. And let's see here. All right, we run out of spares. Yes, yeah, I got it. All right, we got bioplastic in there. How much do we have in the machines? There's 2 in that one, 2 in that one. There's 1 more standing by. Okay, so that's 5. We need 5 for this, but we also need 1 for that. So we need, whoa. Clyde just crapped out. Ooh, Clyde's only going to have 1 more cycle in him. That is not good. So we need to get some trades done, which is good because we've got stuff to trade now. And we need to get us another carrier bot. Hey, David, take it easy. Appreciate you tuning in. And somebody's hurt. Womp, 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 womp. But we do have medical supplies. Supplies. Whoop, nope. Back it up. Back it in. There we go. Back that ass up. Okay. The mine's at 100%. And we can unbutt that. Okay. So there's what we need for the LZ. And then the spares thing will be the next issue we discuss. But for now, Doc is coming with a medical kit to get Lonnie back to work. All right, so, yeah, we're out of spares, we're out of medical supplies. Oh, damn. That means 2 guys got hurt here recently. That kind of sucks. Okay. So now, that's got stuff to make supplies. No, we don't want to power that up yet. We got 2 guys, we want these people working in here, and there's 3 of them. Ah, that's nice. Tops those off, even though they were pretty much topped off. Those are just annoying. Go away. Don't go away mad. Just go away. This will shut down because the mine's not open. This still needs work. So we're pushing our biologists a little bit here. Actually, so what we could do is save them some work. And as soon as this pops, we're going to shut it down. Cool. All right, we're going to sit there. Now, if you will excuse me for just a moment, oh man, my frickin' no, doofus. Where's the base? Get back to the base. If I move my cursor on the screen, it moves it in the game too. All right, so let's do this, and do, wait, no, not do that, do this. No, see, I just moved it again. Because I didn't put the game in a hold pattern, because I'm trying to put in a hold pattern here for a second. We turn that off. Okay, there. That, and do this. All right, causality. Have to dehydrate. Make sure to hit that like button real quick, and I'll be back in just a minute. Let's get back to this. It's kind of crazy. We've been streaming for a little over 2 hours now, and we haven't, it just feels like we haven't made a ton of... Dreadnought! Hey! Dude! Where you been? How's life? Good to see you, bud. All right, let's hit the save button, and yes, it is Sunday. Hey, things are pretty good. Pretty good. Work's been fairly steady. Had a 4-day weekend going, or have a 4-day weekend going on, which is pretty sweet. Okay, so now there's one more in the machine, which means probably one's getting loaded into that, or did, because these are in excellent shape. So once that gets processed, that's out. Okay, great. We've got some bioplastic in the works. We're gonna go ahead and kick this up and look to shut this down. Now, this is getting attention finally, which is good. So it'll produce starchy starch. All right, that's fully loaded, but for now, we're going to sit on that and focus on mining because we need ore. We do have a medical kit available. We have, oh, we're out of medicinal leaves, so we're stuck now. We've got to get the landing pad up. Nice. We're fully topped off, but you know, give me 5,000 kilowatts anyway. Hard for you old men. You know, so here's the thing. I don't know what the issue is, but I've got OBS up to where I'm going to be clipping if I go any louder. Damn it. Who was the OSHA violator who effed it up, got it wrong, and now putting us into... I got to write a report. I don't like that, dude. I don't like writing reports. All right, so those hopefully are going to get loaded into machines. That's 1, 2. Okay. Get out and then come work this. We need this LZ up and running. Because now we're... because our next thing here is going to be this. And we need a biologist. And we can get people in here. We just had to be able to feed them. And we can trade stuff. We just had to get it so we can trade stuff. Right? Now, why are you still maintaining that machine? I've got it shut down. They are maintaining the machine. So it will start working again, but I've got it shut down because the intent was, hey, don't work the machine. Take care of the plants. Like, this thing ain't doing nothing right now because you're fapping around. It just was my position in relation to the microphone. I didn't make any adjustments, but I've got the volume basically as high up on it as I can. So trying to get myself where I'm speaking into it, not all up on it. LZ is coming up. All right, let's see what we got here. Biologists. 50. Get me a biologist in here. And a worker. One of each. One biologist and 2 workers would be grand. Grande even. Since we're maxed on power, let's go ahead and turn this back up. And since our intention is to build... All right. Oh, well, I guess they probably won't come in when there's a storm. So, full power available. Thank you, Captain. Okay, spare parts are in the works. This is good. We need a medicinal leaf, which means this basically is useless. So we need to storm the pass. Here we are. Here we are. Save me. Yes, perfect. That's what we wanted. Yes. Do me, baby. All right. Now we're going to try to get us a second medic in the works. Nope. Crap. All right, it's not going to matter because I got a trade ship on the deck. Okay. Please don't kill me. I have figures. Okay. We have plenty to send them. Give me all your lovin', all your hugs and kisses too. Just give me 2 metal and the rest in cache. Actually, give me 1 spare part and the rest in cache. Whoop, not that much. This will just help us get a little ahead on things because, you know, we're getting our butts kicked by now only having the 1 airlock is going to be a bit of a sticky wicket. So maybe we can build a second one. Maybe that helps. No. Just keep working the deal. Don't worry about the storm. We're covered. You're in good hands with Allstate. Allstate. We need a dock, another dock. So let's actually increase there. Of course, we'll get 3 docks. That's how it works. Well, I'm glad too, bud. Appreciate you being here. How are things up your way? You guys enjoying the early autumn? You know, I was up in Minnehaha like 3 weeks ago. There's a nice little bing gunner deal. Hooray. All right, we're out of medical supplies. That's okay. All right, give me a cruise ship. Oh, son of a bee. Okay, the machines didn't get stocked there for a minute, so that's probably part of the deal. Plus, we have a guy hurt. Back up. Power that up. We got salad in here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Give me a dock. 1 dock. You know what? That'll do, pig. I would like 1 more of each. I know beggars can't be choosers. But now with 4 biologists, I guess I should power this up and just make meat, because then we might as well use it, right? Why don't you use it? Try not to bruise it. Buy time, don't lose it. Except we can't make medical supplies. We need a medical trader in here. This is not a medical trader. Oh wait, no we don't. We just need our stupid medicinal plant to produce, but it's in very poor shape. So we need another biologist in here. Oh. Now we're kind of in a state where we can't. Okay, we can trade that. We'll trade one of those. We'll take the cash. Could trade one of those. Could trade like 3 or 4 of those. We have a full thing of meals. Okay. That's 100. 100. There's no way we can make that amount. So let's go for the cash, and then we'll kick back what we can't. Okay. Kick that back. 64 to 84. So that's part of the deal. No. $85, $84. Yeah. Okay. Shit. Now we got a problem. Now we got a real problem. We got another hurt guy. Okay. Shut this down. Well, if we got a medical trader in, that would be okay. But what we need is we need a dock. Wait, we got a second dock, didn't we? We did. Yeah, we got 2 docks. Okay. We need another biologist. And we could use another worker. Or 2. Okay, here we go. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? A worker. A worker will do. That supplants the... If it's 1 at a time, I understand. Okay. I'm making spare parts. Okay. a biologist. Let's go there. Because we need this done. We need this stuff processed, and we need that medical supply done. All right, if you guys ain't going to work this, then go work that. Just keep getting ore in here. No, not Minnehaha is in Indiana. Minnehaha is in Minnesota. In Minneapolis. Specifically, I was up there. It was a good trip. Drove up on Monday. There we go. That's it. We're done. All right. Turn off. Colin. Actually, we're going to reset this. Okay. All right. We need a strike on our lightning deal. Oh, this is what we needed. All right, let's hope he doesn't rip us off. All right, not too bad. All right, we'll take a couple of these. Actually, wait a minute. Let me think this through. It's 20, 36, 43. Okay. Trade that. Trade that. Hold that. Five of those. Yep. Okay. A little bit of cash, a little bit more cash, a little bit more cash. You know what I'm saying? Now, what we could do, well, there's two different things we could do here. I'm thinking we're going to build a bot shop. Oh, shit. Oh, that's what we needed. Shoo! Save that. Okay. Get that ship taken care of and get it off the deck. We could use another lightning strike on our deal. Actually, two more would be great. All right, there goes that. Around medical supplies. Well, we got medicinal leaves now. We just need the medics to make them. Well, hopefully someone will go grab that stuff. Yeah. There you go. Grab that stuff. Let me shut this down. Okay, cool. That's a big power consumer. No. No. Fortunately, I didn't, didn't get too much into the Somali area. I mean, we saw them at Walmart, so we were clearly in Omar's district somehow. But, yeah, and I'll tell you what, I wish, although I think we have a good setup down here with HEBs, but I was impressed by the Hy-Vee up there. That was a really nice grocery store. All right, there's a medical supply. Doc can go take care of this worker, get them back to business. Back up on power here. And then we need this back up. We still need more people. The deal is, though, we've got starch, which is good. the thing is, we need ore. We have ore, actually. Oh, son of a bitch. Of course. You guys don't observe OSHA's safety standards and regulate. If you just wore your reflective belt, you'd have been fine. Get this finished. And y'all get the hell out of there. Get out of there. Dumbass. Got yourself hurt jerking around in the mine. So now we gotta get Doc to make another medical kit. Right now, this could, well, hopefully that next bioplastic will go in here. Yep, I see it. So we'll work the issue. All right, here is the bot shop. We're just going to shut that down for now. Get the medical supplies made. Supplies! Uh-oh. We got a severe weather alert going on? We got a severe thunderstorm coming in? What do we got? Okay, see some red. Yeah. Yeah, all things considered, things have cooled off down here in Dallas a bit. I mean, right now, we're heading downhill to a low 73 tonight. High tomorrow's only supposed to be 86. It's supposed to hit the low 90s this week, but then we drop back into the 80s, with lows even dropping into the 60s. We've had 5 official days over 100 degrees this summer, which is much better than 50, which happens sometimes. Severe weather alert. Flash flood warning. Oh, okay. Turn around, don't drown. It's the way to avoid that problem. Okay, now, if these are actually producing now, and it looks like they are, we've got the right number of biologists for what we've got. Though I would probably like to have another one of each. But I want to make sure that we also have sufficient food. Salad is good. Look at that. Topped them off. So we have 6 metal. We have a bioplastic. We're out of medical supplies, though. Which means our focus here, we do have some starch buildup. So maybe we should build another one of those. All right, let's see here. Hey, what's happening, Alex? Yes, we've had a cool summer, you could say. Not a cruel summer, a cool summer. All right, let's get medical supplies made. Stock stuff up. We can stockpile some stuff. And Oh, we got bioplastic. Turn stuff up. Turn this mother out. I might like to build another one of these over here-ish. Except I think that's out of the protection radius. Yeah, it is. So why would you build one over there? A-Train? Why not build it over here? Well, duh. Thanks. All right, this would give us another 7,500. That'd be another 12,500. But we got stuff that we could buy or sell here for a minute. Don't. Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay, take that. Take those. I got 2 medical supplies. That means we'll have 1 more in production. Not that. Nope, we don't want to do that. It's 35. I know that's not much. Okay. What would probably be a good idea is if I move this dorm over this way. Well, we can't move it too far because we're at the limit. Could move it over here off of the canteen. And then we could build a larger deal, but I just don't feel like we're there yet. We're not there yet. Okay, let's get this built. Give me a bot. We need more engineers. Okay, we're going to turn on colonists and hope and pray we can get one of each. And then I'm going to put in, I think, 2 more food pads. And then I think we'll be able to support everyone. And maybe pull this, get this improved. Alex, y'all running a bunch of trains this weekend? With the holidays and all? Excuse me. Oh, also, what's your 2 cents worth on the UP, IP, WP, Whoopee buyout of Norfolk Southern? Because you know I'm pissed about that. I'm not a happy camper. Come on, hook a brother up. 1, 2. Okay, actually, not bad. Okay. Let's hold up on colonists. Well, since they just came in. We got an engineer, which is great for production. We're going to need workers next, but we're going to hold off because we want to make sure we get food cranking first. So let's put in, oh, not a tomato plant. Let's do a lettuce plant. And then we'll do a radish plant. Okay. So we've got, we were holding good with this with 3 biologists, right? Now we have 6. So in theory, we should be able to maintain this. Now we've got engineers, so the engineers should be continuously working. Actually, we're going to shut the landing pad down for now. And Doc has got some stuff built, stockpiled here, medical supplies. That's good. We should be able to crank this back up as soon as, well, not right now. Hold on. Because now we're deep into the night. The winds are, well, now the wind's picking up. This uses a lot of power. But boy, howdy, do we need this carrier bot. Oh, of course. As soon as we get this carrier bot, we're going to power this down. That's a lot of power that's using. And you're on your way. Sweet. Get out of there. Now we made it to daylight. Now we'll just get our power reset here. We've got semiconductors. We've got spare parts. We got us a new carrier bot. This is great. This is actually looking pretty good. Now we can turn this up. This uses a lot of power. This uses a lot of power. This uses a good chunk of power, but because, well, this is not doing great. Now we could use this to take a couple of strikes to top all this off. And then if we can stockpile some metal. I'm going to build that connection there. How much is power for this? That's 3.5. This is 3.5. I need to know what the power consumption is for the next bigger up for this size biodome. That would give us 12 pads over 8, but we don't have the crew to maintain that right now. So this may be just what we have to work with. We can actually shut... Nope, we're not going to shut that down. Come on, just... Can a brother get a lightning strike? Come on. Come on. Hit it. Na 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 na. This does not need to upgrade your PC, dude, unless your PC is like 20 years old. Mine's 8. Has no problem with it. Okay, a potato will play this game. Look at the system specs. Now, that might be different when Planetbase 2 comes out early 2027 from Madruga Works. It may be different. But I also don't think it's going to require much system spec-wise. They're doing the solar system. They're adding some vehicles and some new buildings, and they're changing the look from the more, what's the word? Legacy Apollo-looking suit to and more of the SpaceX-looking suit. If we can get some metal going, we need to top off our stuff here. So we need a lightning strike on our lightning rod. I mean, we're producing power. We're just not getting the full power. Maybe I'm caught in between whether we want to build additional power generation or a wind turbine or a solar panel. It probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I put one of these over here, because that might raise our chance of picking up a lightning hit, and that's 3,000 kilowatts. So right now, this guy is not doing much of squat. You know what? We're going to go with that size. No, we're not. Belay that order. We're going to go with the lightning rod. Okay. We can get that built. Yeah, see, we get these storms pretty frequently. just need this connection made. Because, really? The other thing I want to do is delete this. Good. Yep, good. That got some metal back in. I would like to do another airlock over here. Okay, good. So that's going to help us there. Now, we have a bunch of medical supplies, so let's not be afraid to have our... Whoa, 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 whoa. Nope, power storage is critical. What can we shut down? The wind kicked up for us. Here comes another storm. So hopefully... All right, that's going to make life easier on our engineer types going out to service this stuff. There we go. There's 5,000 kilowatts. Come on, one more. Can I get another? Can I get 3,000? Can I get another 5,000? We're producing power, but I don't want to power up anything that's high usage at the moment because we have not had these full in a bit. So we have 25,000 kilowatts of storage. There we go. There's another 5,000. Okay, that's going to help. We're in daylight right now. This is actually generating some power. So let's go ahead and we need metal. Next bit, I think, is going to be another solar panel. And wind turbines give us day and night power, but solar panels seem to be just reliable. CSX didn't bite on what? Going after BNSF, or BNSF would go after CSX. My understanding is both the eastern roads really, I think they've really gotten killed because of the war on coal, the loss of anthracite coal business. I mean, you know, most of your shipping comes into the West Coast. All right, now we're actually, all right. So now the big question is going to be what next? We can get this production back up and going here. We can get this production back up and going here. Food-wise, we have 8 meals. We're out of spares, of course. All right, these machines are not, well, I need more workers, but then we're also going to need more food. And this maize pad may not be getting it done for us. Salad is good, radishes, peas, that's a basic meal. Salads are good, peas, nice. All right. So, yeah, if we want to generate more power, then we need more power generation. So do we go for a 5 cost wind turbine? Or do we, which is generating 0 power right now. This one's yeah, you know what? Let's go for a middle of the road solar panel. We'll compromise. Okay, we're working on spares. We have 2 microchips, so actually we're going to... I would like to get another bot up. And then we want more power storage. We want to be able to generate more per day and then store more. So we'll go for the generate first to get these 2 topped off. And then we'll go for the storage and probably put that over here-ish. Well, I wish they had gone after CSX. Pisses me off. NS apparently has been fapping around. They've had some really crappy management, but then again, so is Crash, Spill, and Explode. So... there's a lot we can chip away at here, which is good. And again, if you hadn't seen, we have these little methane lakes, which cause issues with being able to build stuff. But you can actually fill those in across, like this was a methane lake right here. There's still a little bit left right here of it. You can see it. If we could do this connection or that connection's not going to do it. This connection's not going to do it either. But all right, we got medical supplies. Okay. That's waiting for metal. That's loaded up. That's loaded up. Let me get this guy, see if we can get him through 100%, get another metal done, or ore done, I should say. And then we'll shut this down and get them to work. We need workers. Cool. Oh, this guy's hurt. And, well, oops, shoot. Turn that on. That'll get him fixed up. Doc. Oh, we got 2 guys. That's terrific. We do have bioplastic, so since we have bioplastic, let's go ahead and make life easier on the doc and put this in here. All right, we took a lightning hit right there at the end of that. Right there at the end of that storm, which helped us out. Well, we got good sunlight with not so much cloud cover. Yeah, see now, right now we're actually kicking ass. We got a lot of sunlight, minimal cloud cover, and high wind. So both of these are cranking out copious amounts of power. That won't last long, but as long as it's lasting. All right, this is going to allow us to get this up. It won't be in service until tomorrow. We could always take the landing pad back out and have that 4 extra metal to work with. That needs to be serviced, and we can get meat going again and have trade bait. At some point, we're going to need to upgrade this canteen. At some point, we need to upgrade everything, right? We need 1 more metal, which is heading that direction. And then this is going to get serviced. That's going to get serviced. We're going to be out of stinking. All right, now we got some reserve solar production. We're out of spares. I get it. My concern is food production, feeding our people. So we're just going to have to play the weight game. I do want to get another worker or 2 in. What's our status? Excellent would get us possibly 3 people. I don't want 3 people. I want 1. I want 1 worker. right, let's see here. That's working. This is working. This is working. We're working. We're working. This is helping now. How we doing? Okay. This is looking pretty good. 4470. So yeah, we're getting some good output there. So then our next step is going to be another one of these. Okay, we got room to put it right here too. That good state is a little too close to excellent. Let's get our crew rested better. Half the beds for the butts. Salads are good. Salads are good. No, those are basics. The radishes is not floating my boat. I could upgrade that to tomatoes, but then we could also wind up producing too many tomatoes and wind up with just basic meals. So I'm trying to do variety stuff. I want to have variety to make salads. All right, somebody's hurt. Doc, get on it, please. But now we're able to... Okay, did we get another bot? I think we did. We have 2 carrier bots. How far along are we on this one? We're not yet because we haven't gotten a metal in there yet. And now we're down half on our power. So let's shut this down. As soon as this guy's up and running, the medical cabinet's full. That's good. Labs 1.5. Okay, now we got the solar panels to back us up. So with the solar panels backing us up, no, let's not do that. Let's do this. We do need another the engineers are like, we need metal. Yeah, working on it, dude. I'm gonna pick up a pickaxe and go work in the mine. And shut up. Shut up, shutting up. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it won't make a difference whether it's radishes or onions. All right. So we're actually topped off on power right now. The fact that we're topped off on power, this is why I want another power collector. Because then we just build that reserve. See what I'm saying? If we can keep the base fully functional 24/7, I mean, you know, day and night, no matter the, you know, the power issues. Yeah, that was close. Maybe we can get a trader in here. Trader Joe. Trader John, Trader Joe. Okay. Go ahead and shut that down for a minute. So some metal coming up. That should get loaded. This needs to get loaded, and that needs to get handled. Right now, we need one more metal here, and it's on its way. That's going to give us our 3rd collector. That'll take our total capacity to 37,500 kilowatts. I like it. So now I feel like this is going to be our reserve. Right now we're consuming power. What do we got? Trade, ship, lollipop. Well, 60%. You suck. Can we make this happen? 1, 2, 10, 6, 130, 155. We can make this happen. I know it's a little pricey, but this gives us a driller bot. And that to me is a big deal because that frees up a human in the mine. Now, right now, this is not getting used, so let's shut that down. Doc's working over here. That's cool. This is being worked. Okay. Daylight. Daylight, come and we want to go home. All right, guys, we got like 10 more things. Let's get it done. And then we'll have a driller bot. And then we can enable this and keep it enabled longer, because that will free up a worker. And if we get a trade ship in with, or a colony ship in with one, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. You out? Okay, cool. Driller bot's like, dude, how come the mine's shut down? There, go make yourself useful. Cruise ship, 1 worker, please. Okay, we'll take 2. 2, and we're done. We're going to rebalance this. Shut that down, and we're going to shut down traders, and then we're going to shut down the landing pad for now. Power wise though, we're actually looking good. We're above. We're working on filling this up now. We're producing. A strike on this would be great because that'd top this off at this point. A strike on that would be okay. This only gives us 3,000 kilowatts. This gives us 5. So, storm before you move off. Right there? No? Okay, right here. It's right here. We got some metal working. Well, this ain't ready yet. Wait, this just needs a metal. And then we'll have another carrier bot. There we go. So until we have an engineer over there to work it, which we have, next thing we probably want to do here is put in a bot repair. Yep, and that's going to need it's going to need 2 of these. Well, we got 4 engineers. Wait, oh, medbay shut down. Powered up now. So yeah, we just want the carrier bots to keep working and making sure we get burgers in here, even salad and burgers. We want the carrier bots so they can run stuff around and the humans don't have to worry about it. So food gets made here, vegetables get carried to here by the bots, they get carried back to here by the bots. So the humans can focus on working. I think we got enough biologists now to cover. We could use one more engineer. There we go. Nice. Not bad. Not looking bad. Okay, there's one. Move that over here. We get a second one lined up here because we got metal coming in. Because now we got a driller bot working the mine, and I want to get this. He'll come in self-repair. I'd love to get a constructor bot too, but that's okay. Now we got 19 people. We have bioplastic. I will build a 5th bed. All right, so there's 10 beds. So up to half the crew can be sleeping at once. We don't have to worry about anything damaging our domes that are undercover. All right, here's a new carrier bot. Hooray and huzzah! Okay, I'm digging it. Not saying I'm loving it, but I'm digging it. No diggity. So we're able to produce here and here, and see now our numbers are starting to go up here. So here's what we're going to do. Shit. Come on, get a trader in here before a storm moves in. No? Not going to work that way? Not going to help a brother out? Okay. Shut it down. Well, okay, make up my mind, dude. There. All right, this should be about done, and then that will put the auto bot repair in. And I'm not saying Autobots. Auto bot, not OTTO. Auto. Look, it's Kent coming to kill me. Fish called Wanda. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's very funny. Okay, and then that's going to free up that to move to this, so that can get built, and then that gets reloaded like the Matrix. Very good. Bot auto repair is done. I think now yeah, it's about that time. Start working towards guns. Lots of guns. It's looking good. Low cloud cover, high wind, high solar. That helps. Let's get a trade ship in here before the weather goes to shite on us again. All this extra rock stuff we've chipped away, we'll have to redo now next episode because we're about to wrap this up. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, though. If you are, please drop us a like. Sure do appreciate it. Helps the channel. Share with your friends. Let them know about our channel. Let them know about Planetbase, now available on Steam from Madruga Works. Planetbase 2 is in the works. Due out early 2027. Make sure to join us on Discord. Link in the description below. Become part of the A-Team. That was a small one. I don't know which one it powered up. We have a great community there. People help you with various games. We have audio comms channels available for you guys to use. Get your buds on there and you guys use the comms channels. Tips, tricks, fun things. Share pictures of your bases, your experiences. Chit chat. Got a lot of help stuff, especially related to like Medieval Dynasty. Got a lot of work on that. Could use a lightning hit on this one. But then if the cloud cover would break, that would help as well. Also, follow me on Twitter/X. There's a link in the description below, as is a link to our PayPal. If you want to make a donation to help support the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. And really swell of you. Wow. I think we want to go with the driller bot. I don't know how we're going to afford it, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of that. That. Okay. I see how we're going to afford it. Driller bot. I like it. Now, it would be good if I could get a more efficient way to clear people out of here, in and out of here. We could get another, connection. I'd have to do it over here, but not too fussed about it. If I went back, well, if I moved this dorm elsewhere, we could get another connection, or we could rework this connection. We'd have to take all this out somehow, unless I put a pad in here, which ain't gonna work. So yeah, but it is possible now that we have reserves of materials. And we're about to start getting guns. Guns are good. How many carrier bots we have? 3. Let's get a 4th one. All right. Nice job, boys. Got us another driller bot. That's going to free up humans to process the ore that they gather. That is a good thing. There we go. Thank you. Please drive through. With this sitting out here, I almost feel like, well, for one, I feel like I want to upgrade it to a bigger one. But then also, I think, because this goes to here, I want to look at building additional power. We can get this moved out of the base area. Yeah, there's, all right. So there's a couple things to do here. But for one, it's going to be this. First off, let's see what we can chip away. Chippewa. Okay, not bad. All right, let's get this built here. I feel like we can actually still chip away more at this. So let's try this. Let's do about there. And then see if we can just get this to connect like that, and do that, and do one more. Okay, that gets that out here, which actually helps us. If I could just get a little bit more chippage here. You don't have to move that. Hold on. Here. Move it to there. Okay. Now, that's outside the protective radius, right? I got it. Yes, I understand. Wakarimasu. Okay. The point is, we're trying to extend this out, and then we're going to build another one of these over here on this end of it. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So now, and then I want to be, because that gets this out of here. That's going to stay. but then we may be able to rotate some stuff around. Like I can make this connection and move this wind turbine over here, move this solar panel to here. You see what I'm saying? It extends things out. Oh, this covers this little valley, but also it covers over to the next valley. That's actually not bad. It covers this whole little area here, and we can just put infrastructure out here because we can't go any further. We're not going to be able to go beyond this any direction, right? That's a cul-de-sac. So by putting this here, we partially covered this little area here, and then okay, hold on. Here's what I want to do. Let's make this connection. Oh, no. That connection. Well, actually, we need both connections. We're going to drain this one down, let this one build up, and then we're going to get this out of here. Because then that frees up space in this zone here. This guy, he's there. All right, so there's that. This still needs to be, well, yeah. I would have to make this connection. But if we can get one more metal over here, I'm actually going to shut that down and leave it down. We'll charge up this one. But you understand the strategy of what I'm doing here? I've got all this open space right here, and this is rare for this map. So we're going to move our infrastructure stuff further out. This stuff does not need maintenance. We're going to get it as far away from the base as possible. And we're going to start stockpiling stuffs. Well, wait, is that connection good? Oh, it is good. Cool. There. Nice. So now we got room for a habitable dome here. It would be nice if I could put... Not that. Let's see if I can plunk something in here that'll... I just want to fill in this little stupid space. I'm starting to feel a little better about things. See how we've got this much stuff to process here? Next step, in my opinion, is now we can start working on upgrading like that. See that? That would be a pretty ideal position for this, because you come in from the mine, you shoot straight across through with the ore, and then it goes to the factory and it goes to storage, right? So that actually makes a whole lot of sense right there. We don't have to move any of this stuff. The other aspect of that is I think we're going to go ahead and build a deal here. Now I think we got this. Yep, we got this lightning collector. So now we still have 3. Yep, there we go. There, 2 of them just took hits. Huh? That was 10,000 kilowatts of power that just came into the system. This schmutz rock here, this goes away. Now it'll be there again when I start next episode, but you kind of see how things are moving now. We have medical supplies, we have driller bots to help us out, and see, as soon as we get over here, we can look to extend this out with a habitable. We'll replace this with a habitable deal. Actually, you know what? Well, I've got this here. This is probably going to be a good place for a stick-up. Either to make this bigger. Of course, I'd like to make this bigger, right? Make this bigger. That'll stretch it out a little bit. And then maybe put in another O2 generator here and a couple of cabins and probably maybe just a small lightning rod to shield that area. That makes sense? So, things are looking up here at the Suicide Squad base. We've gotten through the initial difficulty of getting things established. up and running, and what have you. This is good. That now we got a number of people on board. We've got plenty of power generation and storage. We're going to add more power storage because our generation is going to have us topped off well before. See, we're going to be maxed out. If you are in a situation where you're like halfway through the day and you're maxed out with your power, you do not have enough power storage. Okay? Build more power storage. That's the long and the short of it. Like over here. Now we can go all the way the hell over here. Just playing the chippy game here for a minute. There was a nice hit. We're maxed out. See, if we're maxed out at 37.5, then why not push that up further? And ultimately, what we'll be able to do then is take this collector out, and we can probably put a dorm off of here, right? Additional sleeping facilities. We need more people. We don't want our generation stuff. That's the wind turbines. The things that require spare parts. Too far from the base. We don't want it too far afield, right? At least unless we had constructor bots. That would help. But like right now, we can power this up and get a trader in here real quick. Beep, 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 beep. Get a trader in here real quick, I say. We could actually, I would say we could shut this down, but there's no reason to shut this down when 2 of the 3 things working there are driller bots. Keep them going. Get all the crap you can, plus especially since we have storage. If this guy has bots and is a reasonable price, I'm going to be happy. He's a reasonable price. He doesn't have bots. But we can sell stuff. We can sell... Well, hang on. 130. There's that. Don't want to do that. Whoa, we don't need that either. We'll take his 90 coins and we'll just start building our coin collection. Actually, let's go ahead and grab one of these. And we'll trade that off that way. There. All right, so we're moving out 10 items. That won't take much to move. And we'll get some cash. We'll get a little materials we can use. And hey, David, what's happening? Welcome back. I'm going to be wrapping up here in a minute. I've been going almost 3.5 hours now, but the base has expanded. We have not lost anybody, knock on wood. And we're now able to maintain operations, full operations, 24/7. So that's working out. We've added more crew. Here's our breakdown. We've got 19 people, 7 workers, 6 biologists, 4 engineers, 2 medics. We got 2 driller bots in the house and 4 carrier bots going now. So really I could use a nice. Plus we got 2 of the 5,000 kilowatt hoopajoops. So we got full coverage there. We got a little one over here, 3,000. It's not actually, I mean, this area covers all this, but it was just, I built it just to have an additional target for the lightning. You know what I'm saying? Built an additional solar panel. We're making guns now. We're making bots. The next order of business, we've started moving the infrastructure further back. Now, the one consideration we have here is a consideration I can actually address by, let's see how we want to do this. This is something David talks about. We're going to build a water tower. Why are you building the water tower, A-Train? You don't ever build water towers. Correct. However, we have a single point of failure system running out this arm here, which means that if this takes a hit, or anywhere along this line takes a hit, we lose this water production. Okay? Plus we lose all this power too. All right? So we need to move something around here to kind of diversify things a little bit. I don't want to build over here just yet. You know what? We could build off of here. Let's do that. Okay. Don't want that big dome. Big dome. We'll worry about that stuff later. I want the constructor bot and the driller bot patents first. Power collector would be good too. The water extractor would be good as well. All right, so let's trade them that. Give me one of those. We only have 2 machines, so we can put those in there. And put those in there. $229. That'll do. So we're trading out 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 things. We're getting back 5 things for building. I know we could wait, but we're also getting money out of the deal. So this will get us another power collector built, in which case we will possibly decommission this one, but also I want to make this connection here for now. Now we got this full of water, so if this gets nixed, we have water producing here and here until the connection gets repaired. And with that, that's going to get this set up. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's outside the, ooh, that's outside the protected area, which means we need another one of these over here. Fap around with cleaning up this lake here. All right, so there's that. Let's get a large hoopajoop connected in there. We'll take this out. We still got 3. We're going to put the 4th one back in. That'll give us was it 12.5 each? Yeah, so 50,000 kilowatts of power storage once this is up. But then this will protect this whole area over here. And then what we'll be able to do is push the base out this way. We've got a lot of room over here to work with. And then we could further extend this way. This disappears. All these big, ugly looking chunks of rock, those go away. Those are fake. That's all fake. This is all fake. Okay? But now, we have this area protected, and we can extend out this way. Now we're a little low on power. This is our final cell right now. So we may actually need to shut this down. Let's clear all that out for a minute. Now, here's where we can use some help. We got more of these sticking up into the storm. Hopefully we can get a couple of hits out of them. They're spread out more. The more you have, the more likely you are to, you know, get the lightning strikes out of them. All right, anytime. Yep, I see that. There's one. There's another. That's 10,000 power that we just got added. And it's daytime now, so we're at least ahead. There's another one. Problem is the cloud cover is really heavy right now. Hey Train, didn't you say you were going to put a cabin there or something? Yes, I did. But at the same time, I can also look to reestablish some of our deal. See how this is sitting out here by itself? We get this one built. We can do stuff this way. I can take this out of play. We got two of them up. We got this as backup. And now it's nighttime. Take that out of play. That frees up that metal. You see how this is working? This is a bigger panel, so it'll bring in more power. And then we only have 3 things that require spare parts, which is good. And now we can get back to work. I don't see anybody hurt right now, so in excellent shape, which is good. See, and the next thing is we'll be able to move this wind turbine over here, or over here. This drains out. So this area over here is covered. Now the base is really starting to spread out, which means we'll be able to start working on making these bigger domes and being able to bring in more people. We'll be able to support more crew. And that's where we got to get to as far as growing the base. I mean, I know we only have 19 people. And that's where we're going to sit. I'm not going to tempt fate and try to bring in more at the moment. Trade ship, we could. 260 coins, we can afford a bot. A constructor bot would be very helpful. Now, this is full. Power is almost full up. Now we got an extra wind turbine working. So that doubles that capacity. Not that it's much, but some is better than nothing, right? Of course, then the wind dies. If the wind goes flat, we got nothing. Of course, we may have a storm coming in too, so. Yep, there's said storm. So yeah, on this level, if you're going to play the suicide level, there's a nice hit. Okay. You. Yep, I think that'll do. It's not enough for us to get a second bot. And a driller bot would be good. Wait, whoa. Holy shnikey. Almost goofed that up. What did I say? I wanted a constructor bot, right? Yep. Did I get one? Nope. I had a carrier bot. Cool. Make it happen, people. That's the one we want. Really? Nice. We're going to be able to move stuff back, and we got us a constructor bot. So now, this is not bad. One more driller bot would be great. But right now, we're moving along. Nice steady clip. It should be salads coming up in here. Wait, radishes, vitra meat, beef. Basic meals, not great. Burgers and salads, great. So now, what's coming up is going to be going to a bigger processing plant over here. And we may even take all this out and put the bigger processing plant here. Then maybe put a bigger biodome here. And then a factory over here. That could all happen. This has got to stay here though. But yeah, we clearly now are about ready to have, once we get a bigger biodome, you know, we want to be able to, if we keep bringing in driller bots, we have more workers. We want more worker positions, right? So now, let's make this connection. Okay, that's holding power. This one is, we're going to bleed this one out. Or so. Hopefully get this built here pretty quick. There's a metal, so someone can run that out there. Oh, this should be good. 65% is not good. Go away. Nice. Well, that just powered that back up, which ain't ideal, but All right, where's Mr. Constructor Bot? Fred. There he is. Yeah, see, it's powering this stuff up. Let this guy bleed down until, you know, we start collecting. He starts coming back up again. And then we're going to recycle him. We have 3.5 up. Oh, this medic is not going to be happy. He's making that run. But maybe he needed to stretch his legs. So now, you see how we've opened all this up. Now we just need Fred. Oh, Fred. Fred, where are you? There's, well, nope, there's Fred. Fred's waiting to come out and build this. We need one more metal there. That'll be that, which will have our water. Now, again, we have reserves over here. Now we just need this built, and then we can take one of these offline. That opens this space back up, right? We'll move this out further. And just keep this right here in the middle of the complex. Just like that. For that reason. And there we go. All right. Well, okay. So instead of 3 hours, we went 4 hours. All right. There we go. Well, let me turn this back on before I go. Nice. See how that works, gang? There's another one. That's 5, 10, 15,000 plus 3. So 18,000 kilowatts. That's been put into our system. Oh, this guy's ballsy. He flew in during a storm. What do you got? 55% commission. I can't get there. I can take this. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 10. 10 items for another driller bot. I like it. Yeah, I like it. We had some humble beginnings here with the Suicide Squad, and have gotten ourselves into a position now that we're going to be able to really do some good stuff. 5,000. Boom. Powered up. So now we got, what's our total? 62,500 power, 600 water reserve, and with 3 things, or 1, 2, 3 things. Yeah. We're producing more than enough water. We currently only have that much. Now we have enough oxygen for 60 people. This is the key. You got to be able to get, well, you got to survive. And you do that by building the small structures first. And then you just have to be patient and play the game. And then you get to a position where you can start, you have power reserves. So no matter what, you can keep operating. You get some driller bots coming in. You can keep operating. You keep your people healthier. And then your medics are making more medicinal plants. Well, you're making more medical kits. You get trade bait. No, because it feeds through the base. You don't have to have them directly connected. And this is going to go away. All this is going to be rebuilt. Except maybe the storage. It's a large storage. I would like a bigger one. Like that. And we may be able to do that. We'll have to take this out and build around because we got to have habitable buildings connecting everything together. Right? But yeah, look. I mean, we got so much power now. It's freaking great. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and build another. We're going to build it over here. Damn, A-Train, you're building a lot of power. Yeah. Yeah, I am. No shite, Sherlock. Because you got to have it. Without power, you're dead. But what this does for us is this will give me 25,000 power on this side of the base. So again, if this connection gets taken out, that's a single point of failure for 50,000 kilowatts of power. Nope, you're done. Get out of here. That just needs to be built. And see that if that had waited just 2 seconds, we'd have been good to go. We'd have charged up most of these are 12,500 units. But now we have even more. More is mo is mo better. So there you go. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please smash that like button. But don't break your machine, whatever it is you're watching on. I appreciate your support here at the channel. Appreciate the chit chat, Lee and Dread and David and Alex. Thanks for checking in. Everybody else, hope you'll maybe check in next time. Like, share, and subscribe. Turn on that bell icon so you know when we go live or upload a video. Join us on Discord. Link in the description below, as is a link to our X/Twitter account if you want to follow us there. And if you want to make a donation to help support the channel, you can do that via PayPal. Link in the description below. Guys, I appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoyed the show. And I plan on doing another stream tomorrow. So I hope you have a great day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are on planet Earth or beyond. I'm A-Train. It's over. And I'm out.